morning, everybody. This is David again from New Blog Hosting, newbloghosting.com. We do managed WordPress and managed server hosting for blogs, small businesses, large businesses, sports teams. We've been in the business about 25 years, and tonight I'm going to bring you a video on how to set up an email account in cPanel. And what I'm going to do from now on with these videos, I think, is I'm going to film them as are, unless there's any major mistakes, because we make mistakes doing this every day. We type in passwords incorrect, etc. Unless there's any major mistakes, I'm not going to do a whole lot of editing to them. So you guys will see them fresh as they come. Here goes. First, we're going to open our browser and log into cPanel. And what we're going to do, remember our test domain last time was RaceMug. That's racemug.com. So we're going to go back over to racemug.com. .com/cpanel. See that there in the bar? That's cpanel with a C. All right, we're logging into cPanel. All right. Now that we're in, what you want to do, you can already see email accounts here on the screen, but if you're on a different screen size or whatnot, I would say type it in the box here, email, and click email accounts. Now let's just assume we want to do, David at racemug.com. DAVID is your email address here. See, it already fills in the domain for you here, so let's do David at racemug.com. You can let the system generate a password here and choose, how you want that password generated. Letters, uppercase, lowercase, numbers and symbols, and a combination. You have your choice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and enter a password that I'm familiar with for demo purposes. All right, now you have your mailbox quota. And what your quota is your amount of space on your disk that you're going to allow that email account to have. Now be careful. If you're expecting a lot of spam, don't make this too big. It will eat up your disk quota. What I do is I leave it at 1024. If the user wants more, I don't mind upping it if it's legitimate, but I know sometimes accounts get abandoned or get rushed by spam and you have, way too much email and a lot of disk space gets used up. And then sometimes the best way to fix the problem is to actually delete the account. But I'll show you where some spam protection is here shortly. You can hit create account. Now, don't forget this little checkbox right here. What this does is this leaves the person an email on the settings for like your iPhone, for your mail app, for Outlook, whatever you like. So let's go ahead and create the account. All right, then we see down here in our list of accounts that account has been created. Now, if you're a cPanel operator, you can come down here and you can turn off, or you can see that person can receive mail, that person can send mail. Over here, you have the choice of setting up the mail client, and there's your settings for things like your Outlook or your phone, like I was talking about. Now, keep in mind, these settings are different based on whatever server you're on for your host. Like, for example, it may be something a little different, depending on who's your host. Now, if we are your host at New Block Hosting, this is generally what we would use. You would write these settings down, and you also have files that you can download here to run on your machine to configure it automatically. My personal suggestion is use these with caution. I have seen that they don't always work on every machine and every setup. Now, down here, you have the option to send the email instructions to any email address you specify. Now, I'll also show you you can access the webmail for that account by going to racemug.com slash webmail. See, that's WEBMAIL, webmail. Oop, typo there. That should be a .com. Let's try that again. All right, so you got racemug.com slash webmail. That's WEBMAIL. See, it takes you to the webmail interface there. You enter your email address. All right, we enter the password. This is the one we talked about. And it logs you in. All right, now be careful right here. This is your browser over here asking, do you want to remember it? I do not. And you can change your settings. Now, be careful here. You have a choice of 3 different webmail applications: Horde Mail, Roundcube, and Squirrel Mail. Now, keep in mind, the set as default that's on all 3 here would mean that when you open webmail, that's the one that it's going to use. I recommend you do not set that because it's not always easy to get back to one of the others if you'd like to change. So, to give you a little bit of a preview here, Horde Mail is more of a business like type setup, maybe like a Gmail. Roundcube is a lot like a Gmail, just maybe a little slimmed down. And Squirrel Mail, which is really popular, is a really simple, just basic email interface. If it were me, I personally like Horde over here. We'll give this a look. And see, you can see where it emailed me the settings. You've got your address book and a few other things here that you can use. Um, Really, you click new message, and that's really about it, folks. You got your to, your from, and that is pretty much it. And as you see, you've got a webmail interface, and you've also got the settings for any of your mail clients. And if you have any questions about email, feel free to drop me a note at david@newbloghosting.net. That's David at newbloghosting.net. You can visit our website at newbloghosting.com. And what we'll start doing in these videos is we're going to throw out some coupon codes. And the only way you're going to get these coupon codes is if you watch the video. So you're welcome to use these coupon codes, get some discounts and whatnot. Maybe that'll help you out with your service. Again, we do migrations for free. We do setups for free. We do web design. We do some video editing. Like I said, we've been in the business for 25 years and have quite a few customers, folks. We don't spend a lot of money on marketing. We put all the money back in the company and try to keep a loyal, happy customer base. Feel free to check us out. We're well known. And if you like this video, leave me a like down below, subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. And if you have any video suggestions that you'd like to see, leave me a note and I'll be more than happy to get those done for you. Thanks a lot, folks. Have a good night. See you next time.